Good morning. My name is Tim from Plugged Into Leadership, your outlet for leadership success. This morning we're going to be talking about being scared to death of public speaking and how we might be able to get over that. So grab your mugs. Here we go. Got my flower mug this morning, back in action with the flower mug, hanging out in my bedroom this morning because my office is still being utilized, but that's okay. We're still going to press on. So one of the things that you might be feeling when you hear the words speaking publicly or public speaking is just terrified, scared, sweaty palms. Please don't make me speak in front of a group of people. I don't want to speak in front of a group of people. I am just nervous just you even talking about the fact that we might have to speak in front of a group of people. And we get really, really anxious about speaking in front of a group of people. Maybe that's even just a Facebook Live thing like I'm doing this morning, or if you had to speak for your company or present to your boss, or maybe you had to tell your story at church, or somebody randomly asked you to hey, would you say a few words in front of the crowd? And you're like, ah! Or maybe you have been a best man or maid of honor at a wedding and you had to give the toast or something like that. Or maybe you had to, this is odd for me to think about, but sometimes when someone says, hey, would you mind praying for us in front of a large group, there's a big group of people, 15, 20 people, and somebody calls you out and says, hey, would you be willing to pray? And you immediately are like, oh no. What am I going to do? And you're like, oh, no, somebody else can pray. Like, no, that's good. You can just go, just real quick, just go. And you're like freaking out about praying or speaking publicly or presenting or any one of those things. Let me tell you that I understand where you're coming from. I feel you. I used to have those same feelings, those same types of anxieties, and there was a number of things that I started to do to be able to help me get over some of those fears and anxieties, and to be able to do something like a Facebook Live or stand up in front of a room of 300 people and present. And so I want to share some of those things with you. We're going to do a series this week. So today, Thursday and Friday, I'm going to be talking about this. And Wednesday, I have the honor of having Andy Kerr from Andy Kerr Coaching, and he's going to be talking about a new adventure that he's going on. I'll let him explain more of that tomorrow, but tune in tomorrow morning for Andy Kerr Coaching live with Tea with Tim. I'm excited about that. So one of the things that you can do to kind of prepare for speaking in public, even though you may not necessarily know when that's going to happen. And this is something that really, really, really helped me get on stage and be able to have a microphone and be able to really deliver something that was of substance and that made it better for everybody in the room. This is what I usually start with. This is one of my main starting positions. Everybody that's listening to you wants you to succeed. Everybody that's listening to you wants you to succeed. They really do. See, it's the negative talk that gets into our brains that starts to have us stumbling and falling over our words and using the ahs and the ums and I don't know what I'm going to say next and the filler words and all of those things that that can derail us. People want you to succeed. When you're up there, they're feeling the same thing. They're like, oh man, I hope this person does well. I want them to just roll through this. Can you just keep talking? I hope it's not awkward. I hope it's not weird. Please just don't make it really strange. Don't say stupid things. They're wanting you to succeed as well. They want you to get up there, and they already are giving you a level of trust and confidence just because you're the one that's on stage and they're the ones that are in the audience. A lot of them probably just applaud you for standing up there in the first place. They would never want to get up there. They would never willingly get up on stage and be willing to, Sarah Bookhammer. Hi, Sarah. I hope you're feeling better. Thanks for joining us today on Tea with Tim. Been praying for Sarah and for her family. Thank you so much for joining us, Sarah. Let me get back to what I was talking about. Man, if you can just assume, if you have to, that everybody in the audience wants you to succeed, you will have far better chances of succeeding. no matter what it is, everybody in the room doesn't want you to stumble. They don't want you to say awkward things. They don't want you to shuffle your feet. They don't want you to use the filler words. They want you to succeed. They want to hear what you have to say. You have something important to say, even if it's just a short prayer, even if it's just something that you're getting up and telling a quick story. That is where I usually start from. There's been an old saying, just imagine everybody in their underwear. Now, I don't particularly do that, and I don't necessarily suggest that you do that anyway. But the core common thing about imagining everybody in the underwear is that everybody else is in an awkward situation as well. Everyone else is in their underwear. And so you're in an awkward situation standing up on stage, and they're in an awkward situation on stage. So we're all in the same boat. But you can do that without assuming everybody else is in their underwear. You're all in the same boat. Everybody wants you to succeed. They want to hear what you have to say. They want you to do well. Think about a time when somebody got up on stage and they were shuffling and it was weird and it was awkward. You were probably like, oh man, just get off the stage. Come on. They want you to have a good presentation. They want to hear what you have to say, and they're going to extend that gift to you of trust and encouragement right off the bat. So if you walk up on stage and your initial thought is, everybody in the room is my friend, everybody in the room wants me to succeed, everybody in the room wants to hear what I have to say, then you roll into what you have to say. It's going to be far better than you being terrified of just even being up there in the first place. So that's something that I start with every single time that I know that I have to be on stage, or as soon as somebody says, hey, would you mind talking about this or presenting this or doing whatever, I start with everybody in the room is looking at me, but they want me to succeed. They want me to do well at what I'm doing. We're going to continue to talk about this on Thursday. I'm going to give a little bit more information about how to do this, some book suggestions about this if you want to get better at this, if you just want to have this in your back pocket. How to Talk So People Will Listen, really great book. John Maxwell's Everybody Communicates, Few Connect, another great book. There's another book called Presenting to Win. Those are three great books to start with and kind of kick off your journey of this. I think it is a very important piece for everybody to be able to do. Particularly leaders should be able to communicate and connect well. And so that's what we're going to talk about on Thursday is our content. If we're prepping something specific for a presentation or for a speech or whatever, we're going to look at our content. And then on Friday, we're going to look at how we build confidence in connecting with the audience. What are some things that we can do to help connect with the audience? So as always, if you share this video on social media, write a review on iTunes or a comment on YouTube, you'll be entered into the weekly resource drawing that happens every single Friday. This Friday is going to be something extremely special. I'm excited about the resource that we're giving away on Friday. I am super excited about Andy Kerr being here tomorrow with me. Andy Kerr is a great friend, longtime coach, and really helped me continue to develop my leadership, continue to develop my speaking, given me opportunities to be in positions where I could speak and could continue to grow my leadership. So I'm excited to have Andy on and hear about what he's coming up and working on next. So you should tune in tomorrow. You should tell your friends, and I think you should share this video and let everybody know that Andy Kerr will be on tomorrow. Thanks. That's all for me today. I will see you tomorrow on Tea with Tim. Take care.